Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Future Banking TV. In this episode, we welcome back one of our long-term partners, transaction lifecycle management leaders, SmartStream. A trusted partner to the financial industry for over 4 decades now, SmartStream is known for its innovative use of AI, cloud-based technologies and managed services to help institutions transform key processes like reconciliation and liquidity management. The company as a whole has experienced rapid growth in recent years in terms of size, revenue, client roster, product portfolio, and market presence. Yet only a few years ago, it was a troubled company that had lost its way in the market. This turnaround in fortunes is largely due to its CEO, Haytham Kaddoura, and his senior management team, who took the reins and steered the business back towards its core mission. We asked Haytham how he turned the ship around and what success might look like in the future for SmartStream.
Haytham, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. You are obviously the CEO of SmartStream, a company that has built up a big track record of success, a portfolio of solutions with AI and cloud technologies, managed services that is doing really well. It's a real success story, but it wasn't when you first took over the company. So what led you to step in as CEO and take over the company?
Yeah, my story with SmartStream really goes back some time. I embarked on the SmartStream journey since 2007, mostly on the shareholder side or the board side, advising the chairman at certain instances. And over the years, we've sort of accompanied the different cycles of the company, right? In 2016, when I actually took over, the shareholder was of the view that the company was extensively moving away from its core competency, moving to development areas that were not necessarily what we are known for or the market wants us to play at. And with discussions with some of our clients, that seems to be more apparent. So the shareholder at that point in time said, why don't you step in from the board and just take a shot at running the company? It was an interim 6-month arrangement. That sort of expanded. We're almost 6 years into it now, 5.5 years into it, and still going strong. I guess they liked what they saw.
Well, it's no easy thing to turn a company around like that, particularly in a short time. What were the key things that you did to change the direction that the company was heading in?
As I said earlier, I mean, Jim, I knew the company for a while. I had good connections with the executive team. I was always listening in on what things could be done. So when I stepped in, it was effectively an exercise of expanding my network within the company, getting to know people from various geographies at various levels of the organization, and purely listening. Because I come from a consulting background, and in most instances, the solution resides within the company itself, right? People who actually do their job day in, day out. And some of the concepts that came out and the ideas that came out were really phenomenal. So that was pretty much what I set out for at the beginning, and talking to some of the clients as well, garnering their feedback, and subsequently starting really formulating the direction that I would want to take the company in.
It's interesting that the strategy that you described before you took over was sort of drifting away from the core focus of what the company does. And it sounds like you've brought it back very much onto focusing on what its core mission is. It seems as though part of that mission is understanding where the financial services sector is heading and trying to get in front of some of those changes so that you're ready with solutions and services when the industry catches up almost. How do you do that? How do you see where the industry is going and make sure that you're ahead of those changes and where they're going to lead?
I mean, we're lucky at SmartStream. I mean, we work very closely with some of the, I would say probably most of the tier one institutions in each and every geography. And we work closely with our clients in formulating their strategy, making sure we align well with their needs. Additionally, I believe I'm super lucky because my executive team has collectively probably over, I'd say 200, 250 years of experience in the industry.
Mm.
So they complemented pretty much a lot of what I was missing in terms of pure industry competency.
Mm.
That listening to the new joiners, we had quite a bit of SMEs join us over the last few years directly from the industry. So that collectively came together to sort of formulate where we are now and plan our way for the future.
Sure. So experience is very important, as you mentioned, but it's not just experience, it's also innovation, it seems, that's very important, because I know that's something the company focuses on a lot. How do you support and foster innovation as part of the SmartStream strategy?
Honestly, it was pretty much going back to basics. From my consulting background, honestly, I've learned to listen, right?
Mm.
And more often than not, the new, fresh ideas come from the younger demographics of the company, right? And by talking to some of my execs and some of the juniors, we kept in touch on effectively how do we evolve our innovation labs? What should that encompass? Would our focus be on AI? How would AI look within the organization? And honestly, also going back to some of the pure basics, like I know the cliches of an open door policy. My door is open 24/7 to any one of our 1,000 employees. And the good idea comes from that sometimes the least expected places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the our team members in India are very proactive. They like to voice their opinion. It was very refreshing, and honestly, it picked up quite a bit of momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I've also tried to sort of again, another cliche is pushing people out of their comfort zone. So it's true. I would say the grand majority of my team had strong competencies in what they were doing, but quite a few of them have been doing it for 10 plus years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pushing them out, supporting them, and honestly embedding a culture where failure is part of the learning process, right? We cannot always have it right. But and we were not very judgmental. The ideas get validated by many of the people who are within the organization, and I think the SmartStream DNA has had pretty much all that I needed to do to really take this company to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
that in addition to I would say a very supportive board, right? I operate very closely with them,
mm-hmm.
and they don't shun away from innovation. I mean, it's the Dubai mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
what's next? Let's try it out. Let's perfect it and keep on going at it.
Mm-hmm. That obviously begs the question, what is next for SmartStream? What do you see in the near future for the company's development?
It's all blue skies. We're progressing on many fronts. What my team has done over the last few years effectively has upgraded pretty much a lot of our solution sets. AI is embedded practically everywhere now. Progressively looking at new cloud native solutions. I'm in talks with several parties within the industry itself. As I said a few years ago, I mean, it doesn't make sense that we build it all. I mean, in today's world, there are a lot of good concepts, good developers, good partners, and good entities and entrepreneurs out there that we could partner with and really push the envelope out. And that's where my focus is. How do we grow and grow with taking a batch of other people with us, right? I mean, it's I believe in today's world, thinking an asylum mentality is a recipe for failure. And I do not personally want to reinvent everything. It doesn't make sense. I'd rather focus on our core competency, evolving what we have. I am surrounded by a team who have bought into the vision, which I think is superb. I really want to continue developing our leadership position in the industry, and we're there. We're there with our clients increasingly. While initially we used to focus on tier ones globally, on joining forces on developments and roadmaps, increasingly I see tier two management want to buy into the process, have their say. It's all coming together. I think I hate to say it, but I think one of the upsides of COVID is bringing people together, and a lot of the chips people had on their shoulders sort of eroded away, and they're really coming together. So yeah, I see some of our clients or tier one institutions that previously wouldn't sit on the same table together, now increasingly wanting to say, let's build something for the industry. Yes, it serves us, but acknowledging that we are also a vendor and we're here for the upside. It's game on.
Excellent. Well, Haytham, thank you very much for sharing that story of SmartStream with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jim. Good seeing you again. Take care.